You have a witness you'd like to examine, Mr. Walsh?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call Immigration and Customs Agent Zach Mills to the stand, please.
You're up. For the record, I don't condone this plan.
What plan?
Tranquilo, nada te va a hacer daño, amor.
Es que me lleve, por favor.
Mr. Walsh, may I suggest a recess?
That's not necessary, Your Honor. This man is not a real ICE agent. Hector's reaction, however, is very much real.
Or you coached him?
How? Hector can't even talk due to the trauma that he's suffered inside the detention center.
Miss Price, were you part of this charade?
No, Your Honor, this was my idea to illustrate the horror of my client's inhumane living conditions.
His living conditions are not an issue here.
Article 37 of the UN Convention on Rights of Children demands no child shall be subjected to torture. By that standard alone, my client deserves asylum.
Google Korematsu, Chief Justice, repugnant.
To secure our borders.
Roper v. Simmons. The Supreme Court said that international standards matter in how we treat children.
The Supreme Court also made clear that those standards are not binding.
Just last year, the Chief Justice wrote that the internment of Japanese Americans in World War II was morally repugnant. Look at this boy. Can you honestly say that the conditions we have him in are not morally repugnant?
Your Honor, the Chief Justice's remarks were about Korematsu, a case that has never been overruled.
Let me quote the Chief Justice. Korematsu was gravely wrong the day it was decided, has been overruled in the court of history, and has no place in law under the Constitution.
We're talking about immigrant processing centers. We're not talking about wartime camps.
We're talking about rounding up innocent children on American soil and caging them behind barbed wire. How is that any different than what we did to the Japanese?
Mr. Walsh, I appreciate your
At least
point.
6 non-American children have died in the
Mr.
custody
Walsh,
of ICE.
let me speak.
And I refuse to wait for my client to
Kinda
die
stop.
due to the neglect and cruelty that he is suffering at the hands of the American government.
I agree with you, Mr. Walsh. And while no one has ever had the creativity to invoke these precedents, I cannot allow them to decide this case.
Your Honor.
What I can do is issue a continuance based on your client's mental state. Ms. Ford, please coordinate with the Office of Refugee Resettlement to place him in foster care.
Your Honor, there's no legal standing for this.
Unless you can argue a legal justification for the torture of children, you've lost. Mr. Walsh, well done.